All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's popping? What's good? What's good? What's good? We are back. We're about to get busy in this bitch. Man, do we have a fucking show for you today, guys? This is going to be so good that I'm almost like, I almost don't even want to do this because it just seems crazy. You know, when you're talking some real shit, it just seems crazy. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the building. What's going on? Shout out to Blacko Monogamous Player, True Savage, Player 007, Pars, Tony Brown Jr. What's going on? What's going on? What's popping? What's popping? Miles, what's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. But I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed tonight because I had a situation where I had a date set up with like a semi baddie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had to sacrifice the baddie for my integrity.
Damn, son. Fuck all that, bro. You need to just
bro, everything was cool. She was when I got the number, when I gave her the number and set everything up, everything was cool. And I'm gonna hit you up. Everything was set for tonight. You know, I was like, because I got my little window from like 8 to like 9:30, and then come back home. You know, get back to the spot so I could do this. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because niggas got shit to do. I ain't got all the time in the world to be hanging out with you just because you a baddie or whatever it is.
Right.
Then she was like, "Oh, can we push it back to 8:30?" I was like, "All right, cool," but that just means we can only chill for an hour now. All right.
Right.
Cool. Oh, can we push it back to 9?
Oh my God.
And then
oh my God.
And then here's a part where I was like, she's pissing me off now. Then she's like, "Oh, can we go to this other bar?" Oh God. Nigga. And I went to Google, and the other bar that she suggested is closed today.
Wow.
So I said, listen, no worries. We could reschedule. I said, when things calm down, just let me know when you free. She texted me back tomorrow. Can we just go to another bar?
Oh my God, bro.
Look. I'm gonna cover the. Hold on. I'm gonna cover the.
Let me do the solo layout. Right. So what she said? She said, "Is that you in the black? I'm free today."
No. Oh yeah, that's her. That's her in the. Oh, I gotta cover the number. Fuck.
You cover the number. So you said you're the one in the black.
She's the one in the black. You see?
Bring it to the screen. What it says I'm free. Hold on. Bring it closer. Said I'm free today. It's just I got home, and what? And that
late. I got home later than expected.
Oh,
you see the part at the top. It said, "Can we meet at 9:30?"
Right.
And it says Watson Ward. That's the name of the other bar.
Right.
Sorry for all the delays.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, let's reschedule. Like, no problem. And then I said, FYI, Watson Ward's is closed on Mondays.
Right.
And then I'm like, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm free today. It's just that blah blah blah. Can we pick another bar?"
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I have other plans tonight. We could reschedule. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then she's like, "Okay, have a good night." And I was like, you too. You see what I'm saying?
Right. The BS. Guys, you see, this is what happens when we talk about real shit going on. You understand? We don't be just showing y'all all of the things that pop off. That's all cool and shit. You got to show y'all the reality.
Now, listen. And I'm. This is a teachable moment. So I don't really mean to be cutting into the show like this. But if I was another type of nigga, right? I could have hit up Locario and I could have been like, "My man, I can't make it tonight." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I got something because she's a baddie, bro, and I got to try to. You understand? Mm-hmm. This is a situation that a lot of guys put themselves in, where they switch the game up because it's a bad bitch. Right, exactly. Now, when I tell you it's a bad bitch, I'll be honest. She's more attractive than the chicks that I usually deal with. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll be straight up and honest, because, you know, y'all know me. I'll be fucking with those super thick, you know, to the point where they're one cheeseburger away from being fat chicks. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? But that's my steez, though.
That's his taste.
That's my taste. You know what I'm saying? But this chick, she's what any one of these cats would be on some, yo, that's a baddie, my nigga, blah, blah, blah. But my point is, I can't give up my integrity just because she's a baddie. I got to treat her like every other chick.
Right. That's fair.
I have to, because if I don't, then she think that she could come home late, push the time, pick where we going. This is the first date. This is the first impression.
Right.
I have to show her what she's dealing with from the door. And that's what a lot of cats fuck up with. Then they get into relationships with bitches. Then they wonder about a bitch why the chick don't respect them and shit.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? But they sacrifice their integrity because why? She's a baddie. And let me tell you something, bro. She looked like she got your head and my head in her jeans. That's how fat her ass is. Like her shit looked like she had it done. That's how nice her ass is, bro. And she's mixed with fucking Native American and all of this shit. Bad bitch, bro.
Right.
But I'm like, and I was so disappointed because everything was cool up until that point where it was time to go. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just like, man. And she's the one that told me that Mondays was good. She was like, oh, Mondays is all good. And I'm like, all right, cool, Monday. I gave her that chance.
Right.
But, you know, again, teachable moment. And I just wanted to show niggas that, look, nothing is more important than what you have to do.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Nothing's more important than what matters to you. I made a video, I think last week called "If It Matters to You, Then It Matters."
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think a lot of guys, they love to jump through hoops just because a bitch is bad, and they fucking put what's important to them on the back burner. And I'm here to tell you, that's not the move.
Exactly.
Now, if I never see this chick again, cool. But at least she respect a nigga. And she knows she can't just break plans, change plans, and still get my company.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, teachable moment. Just wanted to share that with y'all real quick.
That's facts. That's what I'm talking about. I love this.
But on the simp side of things, I'm disappointed as shit. Like,
because she had them things on her. You feel me?
So she was working with a lot, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
Right. So today, guys, man, we gonna be dissecting this Adam 22 No Jumper interview with ABBA from ABBA and Preach.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be talking about a section of the interview where he was talking about the downside and consequences of sleeping around, and he was talking about the game and all that other good stuff. But before we get into all of that, people, you understand what I'm saying? Before we get into all of that shit popping, we got to do this thing here right quick. Where's this shit at? Hold on. Here we go.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cool Joe, You be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust. They just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
And you got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back. Man,
If you do that,
man. So we about to go in today. So I was watching this video, man, and you know, it's a No Jumper interview with ABBA from ABBA and Preach, right?
uh-huh.
And I'm watching this, and I'm going through it, listening to what they're saying, and then near the end of the video, they started talking about like, you know, game or pickup artists or in sex and all this other stuff. And so what I noticed was, and this is what I noticed a lot, you know, nowadays when it comes to guys talking about game, talking about women, talking about these things, right? Is that there's this thing where dudes is trying to fucking sort of demonize the whole situation when it comes to dealing with women, as if they're like, well, you know, if you deal with all these women, all this crazy shit's gonna happen, and if you're promiscuous, all this. Exactly, we already know women love sex. We know that women love sex. You feel me? So, but let's bring up this screen share real quick. Let's share the screen. Hold on, let me get this shit cracking. Let's get this shit cracking real quick. Let's share this screen. Let's pull this up real quick. Let me make it a full screen. So this is this is like near the end of the interview. So the last maybe 20 minutes of it, they was, you know, talking about pickup artists and game and sex and shit like that. But I want you guys to hear what's being said, and we're gonna, you know, be pausing this in between so we can talk about it and go in. You feel me? So let's just get into this.
Kind of like just showing off for each other.
Do you know the emotion you're showing on your face right now?
What?
Is disgust.
And let me say put a 1 in the chat first if you guys can hear. Let me put a 1 in the chat so we can make sure that you guys can hear this shit correctly. Let me just see some ones real quick, so you guys can see if we could hear this correctly, because I don't want to keep going if you can't hear it. So let me see some ones in the chat real quick. Okay, cool. We see some ones in the chat. That's what's up. All right. So basically what Adam 22 just said, because I don't want to rewind it and lose the space, but because this is near the beginning of what they was talking about, he was saying a lot of these pickup artists and stuff be trying to show off and do all this other craziness about how much girls they got and they've been fucking a bunch of chicks or whatever. And Abba's like, you know, that look on your face is a look of disgust. You feel what I'm saying? And see, this is where the whole thing starts.
Can I say something real quick?
Right, go ahead.
You know what I'm disgusted with?
Right.
Look, is it okay if I was to say something about somebody's shirt? That's not me beefing with them or putting them down, right?
Nah, go ahead.
Well, you want to know what I'm disgusted with? This nigga's shirt. Like, look at his shirt, man.
Don't be mean, Miles.
Oh, no. All right. Because I'm walking the line, right? I'm getting too close, right? I'm not. That man, look, every man got the right to dress how he want to dress. I'm just saying that if somebody was to ask my opinion on his appearance and his choice of dress for the podcast, I would be like, nah, son. But anyway, that's, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right. But this gets interesting as we continue on. You're gonna see, and you're gonna see what we're talking about here when it comes to guys sort of talking about these topics, and I'm gonna go into why they talk about this stuff this way and why guys talk about the game this way. But let's go. Let's continue.
when I see these, not them, but like other people, when I've seen people just bragging about what their lay count is and shit, I'm like, bro, this is weird to me, because if you were a guy who was really concerned with like maximizing how much ass you're getting, you wouldn't be out here making YouTube videos like saying I fucked 1,500 girls. And even if that's true, like that's cool. Maybe you could somehow still manage getting girls and also bragging about this absurd amount of girls you slept with. But it just really kind of comes off as like showing off for the dudes and not really actually being good at that. And also, I feel like at some point it needs to be acknowledged that it's probably not the best thing for you as a human being to be trying to have sex with women on this like industrial scale where you're like just fucking every fucking girl on earth. Like, this is not good for your soul, is one thing I would like to just point out. And I say that as a
okay. Now again, right? When people are talking about this, you ever notice how every time when people talk about sex and having lots of sex, then we get into this thing where it ruins your soul? Why is that? Why is it that when it comes to just the activity of sex, it's like a big deal? It's this thing that's going to mess up your life. It's going to ruin everything. Why can't a guy have sex responsibly, enjoy himself, and then keep it moving? Miles, are you muted, Miles?
No, I'm not muted. I'm not muted. You know what? Let me tell you something, man. When people, this is how I feel about it. When people have all of these negative ideals,
right,
concerning something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we say? We say the truth is inside you, right?
Right.
How you look at the world has everything to do with who?
You.
So how you look at anything in the world has something to do with who?
You. Exactly.
So if you talking about having sex and this, that, and the third is horrible for your soul, that's saying something about whose soul?
Right. Exactly.
Because, nigga, I hate when I hear shit like this, bro. Because guns don't kill people. Sex ain't never done nothing to nobody. But if you out here fucking and doing things for the wrong fucking reason, then that's on you, not sex.
Exactly. Facts. That's what I'm saying.
Because let me tell you something. A lot of these dudes, bro, let's be honest. A lot of these guys, bro, they're trying to get with women, not because they really want to even get with women, bro. They're trying to get with women to prove something to themselves so they can validate themselves.
Exactly.
So they can say to themselves, well, I've been with all these type of women and my body count is this and da 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 da. But the reason why you're trying to get your body count so high is because something else in your mind and in your heart is low.
Right.
So you're trying to balance the shit out. I don't know if it's your self-esteem. I don't know if it's your self-image. I don't know if you had trauma in your life. Maybe your fucking uncle might have touched you, and no offense to nobody who uncle might have touched them coming up. But what I'm saying is there's something inside you that is causing you to go overboard doing shit that you have no business doing.
Right.
And when you do it, after you look at your life and you come back after doing all the shit and doing it for the wrong reason, mind you, because of whatever trauma or issues you have in your heart or your mind, now you want to villainize the thing that you've been doing. Like all of them fucking chicks, them porn stars who do porn for years and make money and have fun and love the lifestyle while they're in it, right?
Right.
And when they hit fucking 38, 40 and nobody wants to hire them anymore, they retire from porn.
Right.
Right? And then they get on these fucking interviews on VH1 talking about, you know, the industry was it was a lot of debauchery and a lot of problems, and it's just a horrible industry. And I wish every girl doing porn right now could listen to the sound of my voice and just and stop right now because you're making the biggest mistake of your life. And
right.
fuck out of here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you was doing your thing, nobody could say nothing to you.
Right.
And again, there's nothing wrong with the thing. It's something wrong with you, because I know of porn stars who are happy, healthy, married, and love what they do, and their spouse loves what they do.
Exactly.
You understand? And even if they stop doing porn because they're not as attractive or whatever you want to call it, they get behind the camera and produce porn and put other people to work so other people could feed their family.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So what about those people? What about those people who enjoy the shit, who go to the fucking the adult video awards every year?
Right.
Niggas like Ron Jeremy, he's there every year chilling, like he loves the shit. Niggas like Lex Steele and all them type of dudes, they chilling, they love the shit.
Right.
I can't stand people. It's just like how niggas want to blame niggas, your game don't work.
Mm-hmm.
No, nigga, you don't work.
Exactly. Facts. Facts. And of course, look at Roy Chess in the chat. Of course, he talking about, well, sex is what devalues the woman as a future wife, mostly. You see, the bullshit is already starting. Again, like I told guys this again. If a woman having a lot of sex devalues her, then that means the man is not valuable. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you say that a woman having a lot of sex devalues her, that literally means the man is not valuable. Because if a woman having a lot of sex with a bunch of dudes devalues her, right? Then how is she getting devalued? By the guys fucking her. It's just like when you have when they used to say the black person brings down a property value in the neighborhood when they move into the neighborhood.
Right.
So if the property value goes down because this person is here interacting with this situation, then that means that the woman's value goes down because this person here is interacting with the situation. Who's this person here? The man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you guys have that thought of, oh, well, she gets devalued because of all the guys she's fucking, then that you're basically saying men have no value, or men make women's value lower. You understand what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous. But let's continue. Let's keep it going, because they about to go in on some other shit.
The person who has a lot of indiscriminate sex throughout my life. And continue to.
The consequences of fucking around all the time don't get talked about enough. It's very difficult to have purpose in life and to also be gluttonous when it comes to sex.
I agree.
I had no balance in my life. It was very hard to feel any sense of calmness and peace. You got women coming in and out of your apartment.
Right.
You're doing it all the time. You're spending like 5 hours of your day sometimes taking her out to dinner or sleeping with her, and you're like, damn, I didn't put any of that time in my work.
I gotta push the button. Again, go ahead, Miles. I'm gonna go after you. Go ahead.
Nigga, it's the same shit we was talking about in the very beginning of the show, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
How I showed y'all niggas that, yes, I had a chick that I was attracted to, I was supposed to meet up with her tonight. She tried to flip the fucking script, change the time and change the bar, and I dismissed the bitch.
Right.
I said, when shit changes, you hit me up and let me know when it's a good time, because I can't switch my shit. Do you hear him? Right.
He said I was 5 hours taking her to dinner, doing all this, and then he said that he didn't have any balance. You understand? He's like, look, I had women in and out the place, and I feel like I wasn't focusing on my purpose and the things I got to do. That sounds like a you problem, my brother.
That's what I'm saying. And no disrespect to Abba, but we can't have this type of message going out without being checked, bro.
Exactly.
We can't have niggas listening to this thinking, oh yeah, man, there's something wrong with fucking around, and there's something wrong with women, and there's something wrong with sex. No, nigga, a real player has his bitches on schedule.
Exactly.
And they don't fuck with his purpose. The only time they get to spend any extra time is when they are adding to the purpose.
Go in.
Nigga, what the fuck I look like spending 5 hours with a bitch that's not adding to my purpose?
Exactly.
Are you crazy?
Exactly.
I just told y'all I'm trying to set up a date with a baddie that was only gonna last an hour and a half because I got to get back home to do my fucking show.
Right.
Are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So in this statement, who's at fault? The bitches? Time? Sex? or the man that's making all the fucking decisions?
Exactly.
Come on, yo. Again, no disrespect to Abba, but these are things that have to be looked into and checked. Because the average nigga gonna listen to this shit and be like, yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck these bitches, man. And sex is bad for the soul. And I just no.
Because listen, I had women in and out the house when I was young. Remember when me and you lived together in Williamsburg? I had shit in and out the fucking house.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? But I still focused on my shit. I still had time to do it. Because look, again, like I said, the way that we teach game, we teach you how to do this in the most time efficient. Look, again, just now you told the chick, listen, this is the time I got. Okay, you can't fuck with me. Cool, I'm out. You understand what I'm saying?
And mind you, it's not like I'm sitting. If you look through the text, it's not like I was sitting there explaining to her, oh well, I have my show to do, and I'm sorry I can't. I said, listen, I got other plans later tonight.
Right.
So she could think whatever she wants. She could think I'm hanging out with other bitches. She could think I'm doing whatever. Matter of fact, I hope she think I'm hanging out with other bitches. I need her to already know that she ain't the only one.
Right.
But let's rewind to the part where you said you have bitches going in and out. I want y'all niggas to know. I want all of y'all motherfuckers to know. When the reason why we got an apartment back in the day in Brooklyn was because we started a music group.
Right.
And Locario was the focal point. He was the front man. He wrote all the raps. He came up with basically all of the songs. Now I did the beats. I came up with some ideas and wrote some of the hooks and stuff like that. But when it came to the actual work of making the music and putting material out,
right,
Locario was the front man.
Right.
So basically, Locario was doing the most work.
Exactly. And I was fucking with the most.
You were fucking with the most bitches.
Exactly. So this is what I'm talking about. And then, bro, this is the crazy part, because what happened was we came out with what? As a group, we came out with like 3 mixtapes. We was doing shows all across the city. I almost got signed like 2 or 3 times with these goofy ass independent labels.
Right.
And then I started putting shit out myself.
And you were still doing reality shows and shit and modeling.
Exactly. And on top of that, there was a time where I wasn't working and I was pressing up CDs and going to Times Square, selling the CDs to pay the fucking rent. You understand what I'm saying? So how the hell I had all that time to do that and still fuck with chicks?
And Locario was never late with the rent.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And I ain't even gonna lie to you, because at one point in time, I had the same mental perspective that Abba has. Like, because I'm looking at Locario like, how the fuck this nigga got time to be rotating all these bitches, writing all the raps, selling CDs, and still coming up with his part of the rent?
Exactly.
And I'm over here thinking, this nigga's crazy. Like, what the fuck?
You see what I'm saying? Like, but see, that's the thing, is like, dudes want to make this sort of story like you either could fuck with women or you could get money. You can either fuck with women or you could be on it purpose. And I'm like, why can't we do both? Why can't we do both?
Because they don't think they can.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you guys something. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right.
Facts. All right, let's continue. Let's go.
It's hard to have any balance. What about my friends and family? They're starting to take a back burner because the hot girl just hit me up on Instagram. It's like the toll it takes on people never gets talked about. So when I see people glorify that, I'll be telling the people like, do it if you want to do it. But I'm also going to just tell you, it ain't all it's when everyone talks about it, fucking 3 girls in one day, all that other bullshit. It sounds great on paper. Trust me, when you do it, you won't be thinking.
Wait, stop. Wait. Was that a little shot? That wasn't a shot, nigga.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not even going to cap, as the young people say. I thought he was talking about us for a second, because he said 3 in one day, but he, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he had to say 3, because if he said 2, he knew. He knew. Yo, we know Abba's a smart motherfucker. We know that nigga. We know that nigga smart. Oh yeah, you got these guys running around here talking about having sex with 3 women a day. Right. I don't know, do that if you want to, but Nigga, you see, niggas don't want to give us no fucking light because they know.
Exactly.
They fucking know. The other day when I was on the show and I was like, yo, y'all better keep our names out your fucking niggas will never say our name, bro. Because they know.
Right.
Nigga, bro. I don't even like to sound all arrogant or crazy, but I feel like niggas watch us and they turn the shit off and they run to the other side.
Right.
Let me tell you something about the truth, motherfucker. You can't fuck with it. It is unfuckwittable.
Right. It's facts.
You have to go to the other communities so you could come up with your theories and shit.
Right.
Because over here, there's absolutely no theory, only honest truth. So if I'm telling you I could fuck bitches and schedule my time so I could still work on my purpose and be successful, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna blame bitches and sex. You see, look, do you hear what this is? This is like a paradoxical red pill rage type of thing, or like a buyer's remorse from like red pill philosophies, right? And what I mean by that is, here it is that a guy is talking about a time in his life, right? And I say a guy purposely because, again, guys, this is not anything to go at Abba. This is all about the thought process and other guys listening to this thought process and getting it mixed construed, right? But I'm gonna move on. This is a guy talking about a time in his life when where he was getting what the average guy wants, right?
Right.
He was getting all the bitches that he wanted. A hot chick hit him up on Instagram, and he said he had chicks in and out his apartment. Isn't that what all these guys want, right?
Right, exactly.
So here it is. He's talking about a time in his life where he's actually getting what most guys want, but because he's not like dealing with it from a place of personal responsibility. Since he's not dealing with it from a perspective of all the choices that I make in my life is mine. Since he's not seeing it that way, and he's even though he's getting what he wants, he's still blaming other entities other than himself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like the reverse, because usually what happens in the communities, niggas is not getting what they want, right? Bitches is shitting on them and rejecting them and so on and so forth. And I'm not getting no dates. I'm not getting no sex. Fuck these bitches and fuck the game and fuck that and fuck everything else, right? But here it is. He's talking about a time in his life where he was getting what he wanted, or what the average guy wants, right? And he's still blaming other people for the negativity that it brought. You see what I'm saying? That's how dangerous this shit is. That's why when we say we don't fuck with certain communities and certain philosophies, that's why, because if it doesn't start with you, it doesn't make any sense at the end of the day. Because whether you're getting what you want or you don't, if something happens that you don't like, you're gonna blame something else other than yourself anyway.
Exactly.
And what if I told y'all, when you blame something else, blame is equal to responsibility is equal to power.
Right.
Blame, responsibility, power. It's all the same shit, just different words in different perspective and context. But blame equals responsibility equals power. So what are you doing when you blame somebody else? You're giving the power away.
Exactly.
The power belongs to you. So like I said, if I'm a player and I know I got my purpose, but I want to fuck bitches and I want to be fly, I'm going to do all three and I'm going to schedule it all out the way I need it to be scheduled, because none of these hoes can tell me how to schedule my time.
Exactly.
None of them. And I gave y'all an example of that in the very beginning of the show.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, this is like, keep going, man.
It's crazy. Let's keep it going.
You have to reassess your values.
Just to put your dick in different pussies. It's like, it's not that, this is not like the greatest thing in the world that you're aspiring to.
How many times you raw dog? Yeah, exactly. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm so happy I came out of the game clean, because I know I probably should have had at least something.
Right. Oh yeah.
I know people who the first time they fucked around, they got herpes. I'm like, God damn. Me, I know somebody's looking up for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not be religious, but there's got to be some higher power. You feel what I'm saying? Because just to come out of it clean, I'm just like, no kids. You know, think about that. Just having a random sex encounter with somebody, and you have a kid with that person. It's like now you're having to raise this child in a confrontational, awkward environment, and you're gonna have to live with that your whole life. The consequences of fucking around are so high. And so I'm just grateful that I made it out when I did. But what you're talking about with like just every time you're rolling dice, especially when you're hitting it raw, you know. So I just tell people be careful because sometimes you're gonna catch the wrong one.
Like this is my comparison that I like compare it to is I very much understand why people would get into bodybuilding. You know, lifting weights is fun, eating healthy is fun, trying to get bigger and stronger, it's fun. But then when you get to the extreme end of the spectrum, you have, you know, professional bodybuilders who are shooting huge amounts of testosterone into their ass or taking all these crazy drugs. They don't do anything in life because they got to eat 18 meals a day, etc. And you can see how that all comes from this one desire to, like, you know, get your bench press up a bit, or like, you know, you want to get some girls, so you want to get your arms bigger, whatever. And then at the extreme end of that spectrum, you have people doing things that are clearly horrible for them based on that initial desire to get bigger and stronger. When I see the extremes of the pickup artist stuff, and, you know, there's a lot of rappers and stuff who are like this too, where like they feel like they need to fuck 30 new girls a week to be happy or whatever. It's like, bro, it comes from something honest and understandable, which is like everybody wants to be able to feel like if they like a girl that they can walk up to her and have a conversation with her and make that girl like them too. Very basic human desire that a lot of guys are just not familiar with. I remember that there was a time period in my life when I first found that book, The Game, and I read that shit cover to cover, and I was like, wow, that actually just really helped inform me a lot on a lot of what I'm going through, which is just basically having the insecurity of not being able to talk to a girl the way that I want to be able to. But then you end up a professional bodybuilder in the end, where if you just feel like this is what life is about, is just putting your dick as many pussies as possible. I mean, it's not the end of the fucking road.
I'm sure you've had sex.
Let me stop it right there real quick. Now, what I find interesting is, you know, I feel like a lot of times when guys talk about this shit, they kind of talk about it in this like it's almost like they're talking about two things at once, where it's one thing where like it's like first they're talking about like, oh well, you know, just going out there and doing a lot of shit could cause something to go down. But then on the flip side, they're taking it to like the extreme, like, oh, you're just gonna be, you're not gonna sleep, eat, shit, because all you're gonna be doing is fucking. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not really like that, because first of all, if you're the type of guy who's able to make that happen in the first place, you understand what I'm saying? Meaning, if you're the type of guy who has the game and the motivation and the energy to be doing that anyway, right? Usually what happens is, if you're not a fucking nutcase, you understand what I'm saying? Usually what happens is that if you're doing this in a way that is normal, where you're actually doing other things in life, right? You just do it in moderation. You do it when you get the time. You set shit up. You be like, yo, listen, I got my homework to do. I got to go to school. I got to go to work, and I got free time Saturday evening. Let me set something up for Saturday so I can smash this girl or smash that girl. And then you just do what you do. But the thing is that there's not really like this. A lot of guys out there who are out there going crazy, because most of them don't even have the skill to go crazy like that. You understand what I'm saying? And again, if you do have the skill to do that, a lot of times what will happen is that unless you're insane, because this is what usually happens. And I think this is probably what they're talking about. Sometimes when you go from not having women or not being able to get girls, and then all of a sudden you might be getting girls, either because you started to learn game, or you, let's say, became the type of person who got some clout or something, so chicks want to fuck with you. You might go through a stage where you're trying to fuck with everything because you're like trying to buy it for lost time. You're like, damn, I ain't never had no pussy, and now I'm getting pussy available to me. So you might go through that little period of wanting to make that happen. And this is what I think Aber was talking about when he was like, I had girls in and out this place, because maybe for Aber, for whatever reason, at some point, because he got so popular on YouTube and people started to recognize him and notice him, he could have used that type of situation to get certain girls here and there fucking with him. And so he took advantage of that situation or those situations at that time. But in general, when you're the type of guy who gets used to dealing with women and all that other stuff, you're not out here going crazy and just doing a bunch of crazy shit, especially if you're a guy who at first already had things going on. You had shit, popping off in your life. Because me, for example, I always had shit I had to do. And I just scheduled the chicks inside the situations.
Right.
And then there were times where I couldn't schedule them. So I said, listen, I got to just see you next week or something. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't got the time now, or you being on some bullshit, or it is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because see, just talking about that part of it, bro. See, the problem with a lot of these dudes is that even when they're getting a lot of chicks, even when they just happen to be macking on accident and getting bitches,
right?
They're still doing it ineffectively because they're still scheduling around the bitches.
Exactly. Right.
They're not scheduling around their purpose. They're scheduling around the bitches, bro. And that's the issue. But I also want to talk about something else, because he's talking about lifting weights, and they're obviously doing things that's bad for them. See, look, here's the thing, man. and here's why you have to take accountability for everything. Right. If you want to call it blame, you have to blame yourself for everything. If you want to call it responsibility, you have to take responsibility for everything. And if you want to acknowledge it as power, then realize that you have the power to make the changes in whatever it is you want out of life. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But with that being said, I want guys to recognize that everything in life has a good and a bad side. Right. Exactly. You have to understand that. You understand? Just because it's something that you desire doesn't mean when you get it, it's not going to come with its set of challenges or, negative aspects or whatever you want to call it. You understand? Right. And that's what a lot of motherfuckers forget. Because because they're so focused on the negative, whatever's going on in their life right now where they're not getting the desired thing, they think that everything about their life now is negative. And then when they get to the point where they could get that desired thing, then, my life is going to be 100% positive at that point. Right, right. And that is so delusional. That is so incorrect on a reality basis that it's ridiculous. It's laughable. Right. You know what I'm saying that's how cats feel, and that's why they don't like taking responsibility for nothing, because it's like, my life sucks now. If I get some girls, my life would be 100% better. Right. No, that's not true, bro. When you start fucking with girls, like we talk about all the time, it's a numbers game. You're gonna meet goofy chicks, you're gonna meet annoying chicks, you're gonna meet chicks that's gonna try to take you out your square and all of this. You got chicks that's gonna try to push the time back, change the fucking the location that you set, and all that type of shit.
And then they do the opposite. They say, man, my life would be so better if I stop fucking with these girls and just be on my purpose. You see what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
And it's just like, yo, this shit is balanced, people.
Exactly, because they don't want to take the responsibility to actually engage in the challenge. Because there's a level of challenge to anything you want in this life, period. Right. So, and they don't want to take the responsibility to engage in the challenge of what it is they want. That, you ever heard of that phrase, afraid to succeed?
Right, exactly.
That's like the bottom line of it all. Because if you actually, niggas over here talking about, yo man, I can't stand these bitches, they keep rejecting me and nigga, in the frame of mind that you're at now and the level of game that you're at now, if all the bitches that you hollered at actually wanted to fuck with you, you couldn't even handle it, bro.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Because if that chick that you saw in Target today, like that nigga Sushi, shout out to my man Sushi, right? Appreciate him. And no slight to him, but I'm just being honest. Like, if all them girls in Target or wherever you gave it, if all them girls think about it, if all them girls that Sushi gave his card out to, all of them, let's say all of them hollered back at Sushi and wanted to fuck him. Sushi would lose his fucking mind.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? I don't have a time. I have to do the. I played the clarinet. I have to do the purpose. I don't have time for all these bitches. Locario, you have to help me. I don't know. And then he would be calling in like, Locario, if you have so many bitches who wants to fuck you, how do you make time to play the clarinet? I don't understand. Right? He would lose his fucking mind because he wouldn't know how to schedule and time manage the situation.
Right.
Because you haven't reached a point where you can, again, you get in life not what you want, but what you are.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You attract in life not what you want, but what you are. You understand?
That's some shit.
You're not gonna get bitches until you become the type of nigga that can manage having bitches, or else you're gonna end up talking like these guys. And again, no disrespect to these guys, but the bottom line is they were getting something that they wasn't actually prepared for because they weren't even controlling it. They weren't up to the challenge of what it took to actually manage the bitches that was running in and out his apartment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because once they started running. Which bitch got the fucking audacity to come in and out my apartment unless I say?
Right, exactly.
Just think about that for a second. Like the way he broke it down, it sounded like chicks was just
like
just running up in his apartment, using him for dick and bouncing.
Right, like he had no choice. He was like, I didn't even want this. And he just, I just couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what?
Bruh, that's not player shit.
Right.
At least that's not what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In the minds of these guys in all these different communities, if that's what they're talking about, then we want to let you know that that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about dealing with women and maintaining control, because we maintain control. That means we're the master of our time management. We're the master of our own self-control.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We're the master of our purpose.
Right.
And we don't have to put our purpose on the back burner because we fucking with bitches.
Exactly.
The bitches fit in the spaces that we make for them because we also making time for purpose. We also making time to work out. We also making time to invest our money. We also making time to make money. We also making time to, go shopping so we could get nice clothes and look fly.
Right.
We're making time for all of that. But that's probably what a fucking high value man actually is.
That's some real shit.
The type of man that can manage all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? On whatever level he's at.
Right.
Because if his budget is low, you have that phrase balling on a budget.
Right.
But still, because you don't have to have a whole lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. But if you managing your money right, you managing your bitches right, you managing your purpose right, you're continually making progress with all of those things. Remember, you really can only do one thing at a time. So you have to say to yourself, all right, I'm gonna give an hour to this or 2 hours to this, then I'm gonna give an hour to this, and so on and so on and so forth. And it's the same thing with the bitches.
Mm-hmm.
The bitch can't come in my life and say, oh, well, I'm hanging out with her and I'm like, hey, listen, I gotta go. Yo, Locario's told so many stories about this where he said he comes to the date and he tells the girl, listen, I got to be out at 11:30.
Right.
And the chick is fronting and playing games.
Exactly.
And then at 11:25, she starts to warm up to the idea of having sex.
Right.
And then she starts to get all hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm. And
Locario's like, all right, it's 11:29. I'm out. Peace.
Exactly. Nigga, I'm telling you. I remember I was in a chick's house once and I told her, I said, yo, I got to leave at look, I got to leave at 11 on the dot. By 10:52, she was starting to kiss up on me, doing all that other shit. This chick was naked by 10:59. And I had my phone on a alarm. So as soon as I heard that alarm hit, I say, yo, I got to go. You understand what I'm saying? And she's damn near half naked. You understand? But she took too long. I told her, and imagine, I was with the chick since about fucking 9 o'clock. So that's 2 hours. And I told her from the jump, I got from 9 to 11. And as soon as 11 hits, I'm out. But see, a lot of chicks not used to dealing with dudes who's really about what the shit they say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And most dudes would have stayed and try to, push shit back and do. No, I said, yeah, I got to go. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the chick has to realize she can't change that. But here's a hidden gem of game. when you are a man like that, the bitch misses you. The bitch realizes, oh shit, this nigga values his time.
Exactly.
So if she's really fucking with you, guess what she gonna have to do? Value your fucking time.
Exactly.
And then you're gonna see a whole nother side to the bitch.
Right.
You go next time you call her up and set something and you say, oh, look, let's meet at 9:30. Before you even open your mouth, she gonna be like, so how much time do I have with you?
Right, exactly.
And then you be like, well, listen, at 11:30, I gotta be out. Okay, so 2 hours then? Okay, all right, well, if that visit was about sex, she will commence to doing what she needs to do. She's not gonna play any fucking games with you.
Exactly.
So many guys out there, you motherfuckers, I was gonna say, so many guys out there are used to women playing games and y'all play along. You see, you ever notice how when a lot of times when we say game, a lot of dudes be like, what the fuck is game? I don't believe in playing games.
Right, exactly.
Because that's the only reality they know, because women have been playing games with them for so long and they follow them.
Exactly. So
they play with them.
Right, exactly.
When we come up and we say, yo, this is game, niggas be like, man, I don't want to play no games. Because all his fucking life, all he ever did was let a bitch lead him by the nose. You get what I'm saying? And that's the difference.
That's facts.
Man, yo, I get too passionate over this shit because think of how many men have allowed their life to be wasted.
Exactly.
For shit like this. And then these two niggas, figuratively speaking, are like two niggas on their deathbed looking back like, I wasted my life with all these hoes. I don't know what to do, man. My dick is like the devil himself. I had no control over the bitches running in and out of my goddamn apartment. And now I'm old and withered, and I didn't get a chance to fulfill my purpose and do what I wanted to do. Damn, I hate bitches. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Niggas is having remorse. Niggas is having midlife crises. Niggas is fucking regretting the decisions of their whole life, bro. And they ain't even that old yet. You feel me?
Oh my god, that shit's too funny. That's facts right there, but it gets worse. Let's continue.
Oh my god.
It's where you're like, why am I here?
Oh yeah, all the time, every week.
And then you start to realize there was no purpose to this other than ego.
Yeah.
Ego, or you just got some inside that's fucking broken. So you whether it's the pills, whether it's drinking, whether it's women, you could fill that void with anything temporarily, but it's still going to be there. And it just deepens and becomes more clear, because even those things don't become enough. One woman isn't enough. Then you have to have three. You have to rotation, keep cycling them out just to avoid whatever fucked up shit you got going on.
Hold on, let me stop that for a second. Well, let me hit the button real quick. See, this is what we talking about. You notice, and again, this is the shit that people don't even realize they're saying. Notice this. They talking about a void. I did a video earlier today. I said, yo, the only reason you have casual sex is to enjoy the casual sex. The fact that you're doing all of this shit to fill a void, that's the issue, is that again, this is why he said at the beginning, Adam was like, oh, I feel soulless. I feel like I'm losing my soul. The reason why, because you're trying to fill the void.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Dudes, a lot of times they be looking for women they be looking to women for happiness. Oh, this is going to make me happy. Fucking with this girl is going to make me happy. Doing these drugs is going to make me feel good and all this other stuff. So they're trying to fill that insecurity, that void that they have. Man, listen, I remember I was with this chick and she asked me once, she's like, why do you have to be with all these women? Like, are you trying to fill a void or something? I'm like, no, I just like fucking with women. You understand? I was like, I'm happy as shit, whether I'm fucking with women or not. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that she's like, oh, I feel like you're just doing this to fill a void. And I'm like, see, that's what the average person is doing, because they're trying to find things outside themselves to be happy. instead of just being happy and just enjoying themselves. You understand what I'm saying? In whatever they're doing. You see what I mean? But it's like, this is what I'm saying, where notice again how he's equating the actual act of having sex, having casual sex, hooking up, with trying to fill the void. You see what I'm saying? That's where the issue really is about. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. It's fucking crazy. But let's continue.
You know, I don't think game is bad. I don't think being comfortable talking to people and women is bad. I think it's a good skill. But moderation needs to also be encouraged. When I see people promoting opulence of any kind, spend as much money as you can, get as many bitches, pop all the pills. It's like you already know where that destructive stuff goes. Even violence. You know, it's like violence has to be tempered. That's why martial artists need balance. That's why they say don't take violence lightly. Martial artists, the people who are the best at it, tell you about discipline. How can you call yourself a proud man, an alpha man, or whatever, but you lack discipline in life? You're just out here fucking left, right, and center, fucking up with your bag, fucking the wrong employees, fucking the wrong bosses, fucking the wrong contractors.
Hold on. See that right there? Let me talk about this whole discipline thing for a second. Right? And see what you got to understand is that what he's saying as far as discipline is correct in a sense, right? When you're talking about actually doing things in moderation and doing things in a balanced way so that you can get things done overall in all facets of your life. The problem is, though, is that sometimes what happens is that when people talk about discipline, they talk about it in the sense of just stopping or not doing something or stopping doing something. And sometimes discipline can go the opposite direction. So, for example, I could fuck 2 women a day, wink, wink, right? And
or was it 3?
Exactly right. Exactly right. And so I could fuck 2 women a day and be disciplined at fucking 2 women a day. Because I'm disciplined to the point where I do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But a person would say, why are you fucking all these girls? You should be disciplined. You see, they always talk about discipline when it means to stop doing something, but we never talk about it on the other side of the spectrum of actually doing something. So what if I do like fucking girls every day? What if I do like to have sex a lot and I do all those things? Aren't I also disciplined in the art of fucking on a consistent basis? You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that I make sure that on schedule, I'm fucking at, let's say, 4 p.m. every day of the week. Isn't that discipline also?
Exactly.
Why is it that when we talk about discipline, it's always a thing where you have to stop doing something? Because, for example, if I'm supposed to be working out and losing weight, right? I have to be disciplined by, let's say, I got to stop eating as much and I have to, decrease my calories, right? But then I might have to work out more. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to go to the gym more and put in more work. I have to be disciplined to do more shit.
Right.
And so discipline can go either way. You understand what I'm saying? Either you need to stop doing something that you're doing that's probably detrimental to you, or you need to do more of something that's going to help you out, or more of something in that direction.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that if I'm having a lot of sex, but the sex that I'm having is not detrimental to me, then why do I need to stop and be quote unquote disciplined to tone it down?
Because we're talking about sex.
Right, exactly. And sex is evil. You know what I'm saying? And only bad men have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's always this thing where it's this demonization of sex, where it's like, oh, well, you should be disciplined. Why you got to fuck all these girls all the time? Why you got to be fucking all these girls every day? What if I like fucking all these girls every day? What if I have a good time fucking these girls every day? What if I enjoy myself fucking these girls every day and I'm doing it responsibly and I actually enjoy myself while I'm doing it? I'm not taking advantage of these chicks. I'm not lying and stealing and doing nothing crazy with these chicks, right? They're enjoying themselves too. And I'm doing my thing. So if a person is able to do that and enjoy themselves, do their thing, do it safely, and everybody's making it happen and everybody's fine, then what's the issue? And the thing is, again, if you're doing something recklessly and it's ruining your life, then yeah, you're going to need some discipline.
Right.
But having sex within itself on a consistent basis and doing a lot of it does not mean you need to be disciplined to stop, because if you're not hurting anybody, if you're having a good time, if you enjoy yourself and the women are also enjoying themselves, why do you need to cut back and stop?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, you could use so many things. Like, for example, like somebody in the chat was talking about, all right, this guy's talking about eating a lot of eggs.
Right?
See, you have some people who process. I was just talking with a chick the other day, and she was saying how she processes her body metabolizes medication at a certain rate.
Right.
So when she has to go get an operation, she has an extra visit with the anesthesiologist, because when she takes any type of drug, it takes longer to get out of her system. So she only needs a little bit. So what the anesthesiologist would give to the average person, they have to give her a minimized dose.
Right.
You understand? And see, the thing is, and the reason why I bring that up is because you have some men out there who have a certain appetite for sex. And it's not, it might be bigger than yours. It might be a lot, but it's not necessarily out of control.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's his appetite for sex. And see, the thing is, sometimes people want to villainize shit and try to make it sound like it's an addiction. It's only an addiction when it starts to affect other things in your life.
Exactly.
It's only an addiction when you were supposed to go to work in the morning, like you do every day, but you was somewhere fucking.
Right, exactly.
It's only an addiction when you were supposed to shower, and for the last 3 days you ain't showered because you was fucking.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's when it's a problem. But you have some people out there, like I said, their appetite for sex, for dating, for hanging out with women or whatever it is higher than the average dude.
Right. Like, we have a friend whose appetite for talking to women.
Whoa.
Ridiculous.
Whoa.
This nigga can talk to a woman for hours and actually give a fuck about what she's saying. Like, it's amazing.
And we've never seen anything like it.
I know, it's amazing. I was like, dude,
it's amazing.
Like, you know, like how certain dudes will just talk to women because they trying to get pussy. This nigga actually talks to women because he finds them fascinating. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he actually likes to talk to women. Like, could you imagine that? Actually liking to sit there and talk to a woman for hours when she talks to you about a bunch of shit you don't give a fuck about, but he gives a fuck.
Right.
You understand? He has an appetite for that shit. He loves that shit. He's like, really, truthfully, he should actually create a business where women pay him to sit there and listen to their shit. I really think he should do that. You know what I'm saying?
Call him up, tell him, man. Call him and tell him for real.
Yo, like, it's genuine. Like, I've seen this. And he just loves talking to women. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. There was a chick that I messed with, right? And she knows this guy because, like, we would run in the same circles, right? So I remember I was hooking up with this girl who knows him. And I said to her, you know, I was like, because she was actually like in and out of town. So she would come here sometimes if she was living in another country, whatever. But we was hooking up for a while. And then I said to her, I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, I'm a dating coach, do this and do that. And then I was describing my friend to her. And she says, oh, are you talking about so? I don't want to put his name out there, but she was like, you talking about so-and-so? I said, yeah, you know him, right? So now I'm assuming that he smashed, right? Because me and him smashed some girls before, like girls that we like, I didn't even know he smashed and I smashed and vice versa, right? So I'm assuming, oh, he probably smashed her before. So she said, oh, you talking about so-and-so? I said, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I know him. We've been good friends for a while. Right. So I said, oh, so y'all like got it in. She was like, no. We just talk. Like, we just, we just get on the phone and we just talk for hours. I said, yup, we talking about the same nigga. We talking about the same nigga. I know exactly. Like, this nigga will just talk, bro. And this is what I'm saying, where dudes have a different appetite for different shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
and you see that statement, right? Your appetite is something that is a part of you.
Right.
And what do we say? The truth is inside you, bro. Like, So when you're doing you, and let's just say you're let's stay away from sex, right? We're looking at, you know, the guy that we know mutually, and he's sitting there talking to these hoes for hours and hours and hours. We can have the opinion and perspective that he's wasting his life.
Right, exactly.
He's trying to fill a void. There's something like he's ruining other aspects of his life because he's spending too much time doing it, whatever. But for him and whatever truth that's inside him, that's who he is.
Right, exactly.
That's literally who he is. And he still go to work. He still pay his bills and whatever the fuck he got to do with his life. But at the same time, he loves chilling and talking to chicks for hours and hours and hours. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So who are we to say to him that he's trying to fill some type of void? He ain't filling no void. He's literally doing what he wants to do with his life, the thing that makes him happy.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Because you got some guy, most guys, the average guy, he gonna sit there and talk and listen and have a conversation with a bitch for all those hours with the hopes that he gonna get some pussy.
Right, and then be miserable when he don't get it.
When he don't get it. And what does he do? He blames the chicks, he blames dating, he blames the game, he blames talking, he blames everything but himself.
Exactly.
He doesn't realize that, wait a second, I don't like talking to bitches.
Right.
I need to just tell this bitch I want some pussy. And if she says no, I need to go to another bitch.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to come to that realization. He wants to sit there and lie to himself.
Right.
Like you remember a while back when we had that guy on the show? He called in and he was like, yeah, this girl came to my house and me and her sat and talked for like 2.5 hours.
Right.
And we was like, nigga, what you doing that for? Is that what you wanted to do? And we asked him, is that what you wanted to do? He said, nah, not really, but I didn't mind because she was cute.
Right. Exactly.
That's you lying to yourself, bro. And that's you trying to fill those voids, so to speak. Because the real void is that he wanted some pussy.
Right.
But he was doing what he was doing, talking to the chick for 2.5 hours, disingenuously. He was doing it with the wrong intention. Now, the guy that we're talking about, he actually, like, truthfully, he actually loves sitting and listening and talking and conversing with females, just like that.
Right.
And that's who he is with. So he's doing it from a healthy standpoint. You get what I'm saying? And that's the difference with so many other guys in the game. They're doing so many things with and for females for other reasons than why they're doing the thing.
Right.
And then when they get undesirable results from their actions, instead of realizing, wait, I made the wrong decisions. I shouldn't have been doing this.
Right.
I wasted my time because this is not actually who I am.
Right.
No, I hate women. I hate dating. I hate game.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's the danger of it all. That's the fucking danger. When you're doing anything and it's not really what you want to be doing, you're fucking up.
Exactly. Exactly. That's real shit. Let's continue this shit real quick.
Because you can't control your dick. How are you going to be successful in life? You're going to fuck up every opportunity. You're going to fuck up every single opportunity. Guys who don't know how to control themselves are liabilities. And this is not even like just on a business tip. It's also on a personality tip. We all know dudes will do anything for pussy. Do they make for good friends? You want a friend who's going to drop you and miss things that are important in your life because they want to go bang some broad? Like, what kind of ethics do you have where you're going to take a temporary little small experience over something profound that's happening? But people do.
See, Miles, you was about to drop this whole live stream and fuck with that chick who told you let's meet at 9:30. You feel what I'm saying? Miles is about to be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. But that's the thing. Imagine. See, you know, it's funny because the thing is, see, this is what happens when you make the game about women. This is what Abba was talking about, is that there are guys who would do that. You understand? And when guys make it about women, that's the shit that they do. And they drop all their shit. They fucking miss, important things and all that other stuff because they're like, oh, I need to get me some of this pussy.
Right.
But again, that's not the fault of pussy. That's the fault of the guy and his priorities and how he views the situation and his actions.
Exactly. Because I've even mentioned this before too. You know what I'm saying? Respect to Locario, because as much bitches as I see this nigga deal with, we've never missed a deadline or neglected to do things that we needed to do for business. Never.
Exactly.
Now, there have been times where it's like, you know, either he's just coming off fucking with a bitch,
right?
Or we set a certain amount of time to do what we need to do for business, and then it's like, all right, so what time is it? All right, I gotta go because I gotta go meet such and such. But the point I'm making is he's never like straight up neglected, like, oh well, you know, I gotta go meet Shorty, and so I can't really do the thing, man. My bad, you feel me? Because and start explaining and fuck. You see what I'm saying? On some fuck boy shit. This is. I'm glad you chose this fucking video to do tonight, because it's like a culmination of everything I've been yelling about in the last fucking week and a half.
Right, exactly.
Because y'all motherfuckers straight up don't know y'all goddamn value. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know that when you limit the time that you spend with a bitch, it makes her want you more. Y'all don't even know that.
Right.
Y'all don't even feel that, because none of y'all don't even understand that shit about game. It's like, you know, it's like this is when you hear guys talk certain things, that's how you know, bruh, you don't know what game is. And truthfully, all I'm really saying is that they don't know themselves.
Right.
Because if you knew exactly who you were and you was in touch with that shit, there is no bitch on the planet, no matter how good she looked, that can make you do anything you don't want to do. And then later on you go on some fucking podcast and start belly aching about it because, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And again, no disrespect to these dudes, because it could be any guy. It could be any dude in you know, any guy lamenting about his past what's the word? Discretions with females.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is, you set your schedule. These girls don't set your schedule. You decide how you spend your time, and then you spend your time and spend your life.
Right.
You don't let these girls do that. It's man, it's so heavy, man. It's really heavy, guys. It's really, really heavy. Don't watch this please don't watch this as just, oh, we just trying to get at this guy, or we're just trying to hop on the Abba Preach Fresh Fit, you know, gravy train or some shit like that. Like, these guys are coming out and saying things, but there's a whole host of lessons to be learned.
Right.
Within the conversations that are happening right now.
Right. Because a lot of dudes who are very, I would say, like, naive to this game, they'll listen to the stuff he's saying, and it sounds good because it takes away the responsibility from the man. It's like, well, you know, oh yeah, well, you know, all this sex is just like going to be crazy. So you know what? I don't even need to bother with that. And then this is the problem with it. Whenever you guys turn YouTube off, whenever you are offline and you're living in the real world in real life, reality is going to hit you in the face, because you're going to see that girl you're going to want to talk to. You're going to see that chick at your school or job sometime, even though I'll be telling you I don't be going too hard with the chicks at the job, or the chick around your way, or the chick at your gym, or the chick online, or wherever you know what I'm saying? You're going to interact with that girl, Tinder, Instagram, whatever, that you're going to want. And you're going to get horny. And you're going to want to interact with chicks. And then when that happens, right, what do you do now? Because you've been watching these videos, and it's been, you know, it's been comforting to you to feel like you don't have to participate in the game. You understand what I'm saying? But then when reality hits you and you actually want something in these situations, you don't know what to do and you're lost. You understand what I'm saying? But let's continue this shit.
Every day I see guys like that all the time. I'm like, I don't even want you in my circle. I don't want to know you. So that's why I always find it very cringe when I see dudes who just constantly promote opulence and these fake lifestyles. I'm like, bruv, you're not teaching these young men things that are going to make them content in life. That are going to make them feel connected to people around them.
But it'll get you on the hamster wheel of always wanting more and feeling like you need more. And those are good consumers. Those are good people to buy stuff.
Great clients. Yeah. The best clients. But that doesn't mean that they shape them to good men. You know, when someone messages me, it's like, yo, Ab, I'm grateful. You made me a better father. Or they're like, yo, Preach, I'm grateful. I have a better connection with my partner. That's something we're proudful of. Because you know what? Fucking 10 women in a week, that's a cool ego bragging experience. Lifelong building relationships, getting closer to your family. Like, who wouldn't take that over being able to fuck 10 women? You know what I'm saying? So what we try to foster is like, yes, be comfortable.
Hold on, I gotta hit the button. Again, why can't you do both? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why is it there's this thing where, because again, like I talked about this on another show. A lot of guys think they don't have time to do both because when they deal with women, they spend a lot of time with women.
Right.
And they spend a lot of time, like you said earlier, spending 5 hours with some random chick. You see what I'm saying? So of course you're going to be like, well, I don't got time to talk with my family and my friends because I'm spending 5 hours with this girl. But this, again, that's the guy's fault for not having the balance. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is again, why can't you have both? Because I've had both. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, like it's crazy because for the amount of women that I've dated, hooked up with, been with, or whatever like that in my life, right? By what they're talking about, I should not even be successful. I should be somewhere broke and fucked up somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But again, it's like understanding how to live life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, because you could say this about anything. How come you never hear people talk about, yo, you know what? You shouldn't travel. Like, don't you want to spend more time with your family and friends and you wasting all this time traveling to different fucking countries and cities and stuff? You understand? Why, you don't have enough time to be on your purpose because you're busy traveling the world, right? Nobody says that. Nobody says all this time you're wasting on planes and trains and cars, traveling to different places and meeting all these different people around the country and the world. Nobody says that shit. But as soon as it's about sex or fucking, it's like, oh my God, you're wasting all this time fucking all these women when you could be doing all this other stuff, right? Why is it specific to fucking, but we can't say the same thing about traveling or the same thing about working out or the same thing about whatever? You see what I'm saying? It's always this thing where it's like, well, we have to talk about the sex. And again, part of it, I think, is a lot of these guys, what happens is that even though they're getting sex at some point with women and they've been dealing with women, I feel like a lot of times guys still feel this sort of bitterness and resentment of the things that they felt they had to do to get to the sex and get things going with women. And all of the time they feel they wasted trying to do that because they actually never liked having to do the things that they were doing in order to get there. So just like we were saying with our friend who actually likes to talk to women, you understand what I'm saying? So you have a lot of guys who would talk to women as much as our friend. So a guy would talk to a girl for a whole hour on the phone, right? Our friend would do that too, but the difference is our friend would have a great time doing that. Other guy doesn't want to do that. He's just doing that as a means to the end to get to the pussy. So if he doesn't get to the pussy, now he's upset and feels like he wasted his time. You see what I'm saying? And then therefore he's like, damn, this is a bunch of bullshit. And I wasted all this time and I could have used that hour to do some other thing. And that's because you didn't want to actually do it. Because trust me, I don't like to be talking to random girls on the phone for an hour. I don't do that shit.
Right.
But I still am able to fuck with women, but I fuck with women on my terms, on how I want to do it. And this is what we teach you guys. Fuck with them on your terms so that when you do fuck with them, unless they shit doesn't necessarily go exactly how you wanted to at any particular point, you're not going to feel a certain type of way because you were still fucking with them on your terms. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to tell a girl, nah, I'm good. I can't fuck with you tonight. Or I'll have to see you later or just charge it to the game. You understand what I'm saying? But go ahead. You go.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. It's really interesting how I didn't watch this, and I didn't even really know what we were gonna talk about like that. And that example was that what I showed you in the beginning of the show was a perfect example for all this shit.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was not choreographed, bro. Like. Right. Honestly, that shit happened just tonight. And I said, well, we're going to have to reschedule. You understand? Because to me, I'd rather a bitch flake on me, bro. and try to tell me when we're gonna meet and where we're gonna meet after I done set the fucking date. Are you crazy? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Right.
Like, yo, I don't care how good she looks. I don't care if I'm guaranteed sex that night. If I'm guaranteed sex that night, then we definitely got to meet up exactly when I say.
Right.
Because I know motherfuckers out here who, on the low, they spend more time with chicks than they have to, just because they're scared of who the chick might be hanging out with after they leave them.
That's some real shit.
What?
That's some real shit.
Nigga, you think I give a fuck? You know what's more important to me than that? What I have to do with my time after I leave that bitch. Are you crazy?
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what she doing after I leave her. Only thing I give a fuck about after I leave her is that if I want to see her again, that she follow all my instructions again so we could do it again, whatever we do.
Exactly. Right.
But you see, this type of mentality in this day and age has to be taught. It has to be absorbed because the average dude is probably raised by his fucking mother. So he's already used to being on a bitch's time.
Right.
You understand? Like, he's already used to being on a bitch's time. You're literally on a female's time to the point where you look back at your life and you're like, oh man, I should have been on my purpose.
Right. Exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
How about you stay on your fucking purpose and then fit the bitches in where they fit in? How about that?
That's some real shit. That's some real shit,
man.
Let's finish this up real quick.
Be confident, understand how to approach ladies. That's great. That's fantastic. But understand it's not everything in life.
Right.
But how many guys do you know who are players, and how many of them are truly happy?
Right.
How many of them go home at the end and find peace in their lives? No, they always need more women. They always got to fuck some whores in some new city. They always got to be on.
Hold on. He said, how many players do you know that are truly happy? You seeing two right here, nigga.
You feel me?
Oh, man.
Nigga, yo, if you in the chat and you a player and you happy, put a 1 in the fucking chat. Let me see if I got any happy players in the chat.
For real, because I'm like, I don't understand, bro. Like, again, I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes, they're not really players if they unhappy with the shit because they weren't really doing this shit right. They weren't really doing what they felt they needed to do and doing it the way they wanted to do it. It's that simple. Because it's like, again, like I said on the show I did earlier today, I was like, how a lot of people don't like casual sex. Shout out to all the people that put the ones in the chat.
Facts.
You know, I was like, a lot of people say casual sex makes them feel empty. You feel empty because you was looking for something through the casual sex. You were looking for something outside the sex. So this is why you'll say, oh, all these players you find aren't happy because these are guys that were looking for something outside themselves for happiness. Even a lot of, you know, it's funny. I've heard a lot of like the quote unquote pickup artists, some of the older pickup artists who would say, oh, I felt depressed after a while, or I felt, unfulfilled. So why is because a lot of those pickup artists and shit, even though they was able to fuck some girls and get shit popping, a lot of it came at them. It came because they were being manipulative. They were not being themselves. They were, just basically faking the funk the whole time. So they got all this shit popping, but the cost as far as their self-respect, you understand? They fucking basically sold their soul to get shit popping with chicks. And then they realized that these women were never really into them. They were just into the facade they created. And that's why they feel depressed or they feel unhappy, because at the end of the day, what they got or what they were, involved in wasn't really coming from an authentic place. You understand? They realized that all the shit that they got was just a bunch of fake, materialistic, surface level nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really at the root of what they wanted to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, our friend earlier, we was talking about that likes to talk to the girls. There were times where he would talk to these girls for hours and then he'd end up fucking them that night.
Right.
And there were times where he would talk to them for hours and he wouldn't fuck. But never heard him, not once, when I talk to this dude, ever say, man, I fucking talk to that hoe all night and she didn't give me no pussy. Not one time.
Not one time.
Matter of fact, there were times where he didn't even smash and he sounded even more excited telling me about the chick that he didn't smash than the chicks he smashed. I was like, what the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? I was like, that's crazy. But see, that's because he was actually living his truth.
Right.
He was doing the shit he actually wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? That's what guys got to understand, man. Like,
you know, you got this fantasy about getting out of the life and setting the corporate world on its ear. The fuck you gonna do except hustle?
Exactly. Y'all know about that. Y'all niggas is
besides pimping, you know you ain't got the stomach for that. What?
Y'all know about that. Y'all know about that.
I don't know nothing about that, nigga.
That's the real shit.
Woo!
Man. Oh my God. But let's continue.
On Tinder swiping. All that time you could have put in your purpose. Yeah. All that time you could have given back to the community where you came from and changed their lives. You know what kind of fulfillment that gives to go back to places that you know are fucked up and you can change that.
Go ahead.
I just want to say right quick, while I'm fulfilling my purpose, I'll be swiping on Tinder, but go ahead.
Facts. That's what I'm talking about. Facts.
Multitask, nigga.
Man. Shit is crazy. Let's go.
And instead you want to go fuck some bimbo. It's crazy to me. So that's why when I see people promoting this stuff and like, this is alpha. No, it's not. Being a leader of men has nothing to do with that. I've served under some of the best people. I've worked under great human beings. Yeah. Great human beings. And you know what they all had in common? They had to lead disciplined lives. Maybe they had a vice here and there, but they try to temper it as much as possible because it got in the way of their purpose. So, you know, I just think we all have to find that lane for ourselves. And I respect anybody who's hardworking. They do what they do, but have a reason for that. If you're just hardworking so you can go to Vegas and fuck a bunch of hookers, cool. But I'm never going to endorse that life over taking care of your family.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I remember.
Wait. Hold on. Flag on the plate. Hold on. Did he just say that he's not going to endorse going to Vegas and fucking a bunch of hookers?
Yes, that's what he.
But didn't he just have a video the other day talking about paying for escorts and shit? Huh? I'm just saying. I'm just saying because
no disrespect to Abba,
right?
But him and Kevin Samuels did do a video the other day,
right?
Talking about the benefits of tricking,
right?
That happened.
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying. So, I mean, what is it? Are we going out here to fuck with these hoes and get in, or are we staying on our purpose? Like, what are we trying to do here? Like, what's going on? What's the direction? You feel what I'm saying? Because that exactly, King Lee, that's a contradiction right there. But I'm just saying, just want to point that out. All right, so let's continue.
2016 or whatever. It was like I was very much like having this newfound clout. I'm fucking a new girl every night. I'm really feeling like this is supposed to be what makes me happy because, you know, I kind of wanted to be able to do that for a long, long time prior to that. You know, I didn't really like get successful until I'm like 32 or whatever. And I remember then like I got sick and just realizing that like I've got like 20 girls on my phone that I've slept with in the last month. And none of them seem like a realistic candidate to come over and take care of me while I'm sick because I didn't have a fucking emotional relationship with any of them because I was just working my ass off and just basically using them for fucking their bodies or more or less. And it's just like, I remember that feeling really bad and dark and realizing just how lonely I was and how I was trying to cover it up with all of these indiscriminate relationships, you know?
Yeah. And when you talk about this, guys are like, whatever, man, I need to, I'm like, do it. But I just want you to know, if you start to get to that feeling, it's okay to walk away. Because what you described, like, I understand that 100%.
Yeah. Because if you are at the point in your life where you walk into a bar and there's all these beautiful women and you don't feel like you can talk to any of them, or if you try to talk to them and they completely reject you, then I understand completely that you're at the point in your life where you need to figure out how to fucking talk to women. And when you're in that part of your life, it feels like, oh, it'd be way better to have sex with 100 women than 10 women. And I get that for sure. For me, I'm at the point where I'm like comfortable enough with myself that I feel like if I was single, you know, I meet women fucking all the time that like clearly would just be down to sleep together or never mind to do it for OnlyFans or whatever. And it's like, you know, I don't feel that same extreme urge to prove myself. A lot of it is not partying or drinking anymore. I remember I was in Vegas for the Porn Awards and I'm sitting on the fucking bus and I'm not drinking. And there's this girl wilding out in front of us on this party bus type thing. You know, she's clearly on Molly or something. She's fucking tweaking, dancing. She's hot, whatever. And I'm just like realizing, like, if I was 6 drinks in, or if I had been snorting coke all day, I would be looking at this girl like she's a fucking opportune sex partner. And instead, I'm sitting here looking at her like, oh, this poor girl, like she's really wilding out. I would be so in the wrong if I were to sleep with this girl in this state. But that would have seemed totally fucking normal to me my whole life up to the point where I stopped drinking, you know?
Yeah. When you know, as you get older too and you've done a lot, you realize also a lot of it's just not worth it. It's just like you already know what the outcome is. So you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, it's just ugh. And so that feeling you describe when you see that person wilding out and you just like, I get that all the time when people are like trying to start something. I'm like, I've done it. I'm not interested. This is like, I know it's not going to do anything for me. So all these things that people are clamoring for, I'm like, it's not worth the work.
Yeah.
It was when I was younger, because when I was younger, I was like, please touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then if it did, I was like, wow. Nowadays, I'd rather just sit at home, maybe watch a good show, maybe work on some stuff, have a conversation with the person I live with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, your business would not be what it is if you were spending huge amounts of your time. Like when I hear people talk about going on multiple dates per day and shit, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm working like probably at least like 8-10 hours a day. The idea that I'm going to cram the remaining hours with like going out to a bar or like go to I mean, no, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Why you need to have game, because when you build a roster, when you got chicks that you fucking with, you don't need to be going out to bars and doing all that shit all the time, because you have women you can call up and be like, yo, listen, I just got finished working. I've been working all day. Come through and get this dick. You feel what I'm saying?
Dick is a gift.
And that's it. You
It's a
understand what I'm
gift.
saying? Like, see,
It's a gift.
a lot of guys make the game more complicated than it needs to be.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And again, if you have time management, you're able to do this shit. Like, look, if you guys understand your value and understand your worth, right? You can tell a chick to come meet you for 15 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and she will meet you for 15 minutes.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if you met some girl last week, randomly I exchanged numbers and you say, hey, listen, look, I got like 15-20 minutes to chill. Come through around my way real quick. There's a bar down the street. Come meet me there for a drink real quick. You understand what I'm saying? You chill with that chick, 15-20 minutes, you get a drink, y'all kick it. And then what happens is, let's say later that week or next week, you say, hey, listen, come through to the crib. I'm gonna be finished working at this time. I got like an hour or two. Let's kick it. She come through. Y'all have a good time. You have sex. You send her on her way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not that complicated. You understand what I'm saying? But what happens is, again, is all of this shit really is that guys are trying to find ways to sort of demonize the whole aspect of dating and sex and all this other stuff to give them an excuse to not have to put in the work that they know they need to do in order to get the thing that they know they want. So they say, well, I want this, but since it's too much bullshit to do, I'm going to pass. And then also I'm going to make myself feel better on passing on it by saying I have more important things to do, which is my purpose. So you should be doing your shit regardless if there's a woman there or not. And because that is the fact that you should be doing your shit, but regardless if there's a woman there or not, then all that really means is that if you do want to chill with a chick or fuck with a chick, you just fit her into those little increments of time you have to make it happen.
That's it.
That's it. I don't understand why this is such like it's not rocket science.
Let me say something real quick, man. If you're good with yourself, you're good with the world.
Right. Exactly.
You understand? Whenever you hear people complaining constantly about certain things, especially things outside themselves. Like it's one thing if you're always trying to improve and you're like, man, some like me, I need to work on always saying, you know what I'm saying? I got to stop saying that shit. You know, I need to continue working on my, my fasting and keeping my weight down. I need to continue, working out. I need to continue doing more, with my consistency with videos. These are things I need to work on. Right.
Right.
That's one thing. And it still has to be in moderation. I can't be complaining all the time. I got to do what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it. But when you hear people talking about and not just talking about, trying to demonize everything about the world around them, you gotta watch them motherfuckers.
Right.
Because for most people, if you're truly good with yourself, it's hard to really find that much wrong with the world like that.
Right.
I mean, there's always some fucked up shit going on in the world. We got forest fires, Afghanistan is fucking up, we got COVID. I get it. Right. But when people just find simple shit and they're complaining, because sex and fucking bitches is it's just wrong, bro. It's just bad for your soul, And women, they're just terrible because 50% of all women are divorcing, and 50% of all women have high body counts, and
and you can catch an STD, and then you can have a baby, and blah 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 blah.
When you see people constantly complaining about certain simple shit about life, and usually it's shit that they can control how much they involve themselves with those things.
Right.
I can't control how much involvement I have in forest fires. If a forest fire was to happen and my house burned down, then hey, you understand what I'm saying? I can't control the coronavirus.
Right.
But when people are talking about shit that they can literally decide whether or not they want to be a part of it, they go be a part of it and they indulge, and then they come back from it like, oh man, that was horrible. Sex is so bad. Like it's like me going to the store and eating a bunch of fucking brownies and getting fat.
Right.
And trying to blame the people that made the brownie. You know what I'm saying? Like, or going to McDonald's and eating a lot of fast food. And then when I get unhealthy and shit, it's like, yo, McDonald's is the worst because they have these commercials and they make their food so delicious.
Right.
And people in history have tried that.
Right.
They've tried to sue McDonald's for making them fat and unhealthy. Because the advertising is everywhere and the food is delicious, but nobody put a gun to your head and put the food in your mouth though. You feel me?
Right.
So anything that you find wrong with the food, you find it's wrong it's wrong inside you first.
Right. Exactly. That's facts. That's
I'm
facts.
telling you.
Let's continue real quick.
Yeah, and there's a reason why lust is one part of the 7 deadly sins. It's like you understand that excess is very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
It is. And how many men has it ruined?
Right.
How many men have been ruined by the fact that they can't control their dick? It happens. So many guys.
It's the main thing.
Sometimes not justified, but still, it's like it's such a risk to just go out there. So I just tell young dudes, like, you don't have to be on the streets. I know they promote it. I know everyone says it's the best thing in the world. It's not everything it's hopped up to be. And also, guess what? You don't need it to have a functional relationship. You don't need it to have a relationship with a good woman. It's not necessary. So I think sometimes people sell everyone on there's one way to do stuff, and it's just not true. It's not true. So that's the main thing with me in that whole sphere. It's like, it's great that people want to learn game. They want to get more comfortable. I endorse that. I've always promoted that, but don't promote gluttony.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel that for sure. Yeah. I mean, like the extent of how much happier I am now being in a relationship, having somebody I can rely on, having a fucking baby that I get to watch grow up every day is just, I mean, it's not even close.
Not close.
It's not close.
It's not close, but it's hard to convince guys who've never been through it because they're just like, I need to do it. They really believe it's that. And I think it takes more men to be honest about it and to be very candid about the fact that I'm not even just saying it because it's PC or whatever. I'm saying it because I lived it. I've watched my friends live it because they asked me for advice and they went through it. And I'm like, this is what's going to happen. But go do it so you can see. And they all go through the same trajectory. If they have any kind of character and they want to improve in life, there's no way you can stay doing that and think it's a good idea.
And the number, you think it's hard to find a woman to have sex with? Think about how hard it is to find a woman that you trust and respect enough that you want to put a baby inside her. I mean, I can understand why guys don't necessarily gravitate towards that, because if you're having a hard time getting laid in the first place, that's also going to be very difficult.
What's life for guys who get the wrong woman pregnant?
Yeah.
And that's the rest of their lives.
Mm.
It's the rest of their lives. I see people close to me and how much they suffer. I see it in friends and family. And the kids suffer. People don't even think about that. How much the kids suffer from that dynamic as well.
Oof.
So to me, just understand what the stakes are too. It's hard because your dig is hard and the girl's beautiful. She's right in front of you, but understand them stakes.
Mm.
I'm lucky. I'm fortunate to be here today where I'm at without any of these downsides, but I'm not going to keep going back in to roll some chips just to find out how it's going to go.
Right.
It just takes one wrong incident and then you're fucked. The wrong person to come to you and set you up for a robbery. The wrong person to come to you and set you up with a pregnancy. The wrong person to come up to you and then put a case on you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like those are all real possibilities. So
gotta hit the button. Man, you know, like it's funny because a lot of it just sounds like more of the whole fear mongering.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't go outside because the niggers are gonna get you. You understand what I'm saying? Gotta watch out. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, oh, you can get set up for the to get robbed, and then you can get set up by getting the wrong chick pregnant. You can get set. And I'm like, okay, so all of these things you're talking about, are you trying to tell me that there's no way to avoid this stuff? Are you trying to tell me that you can't do your due diligence to make sure that you don't get in these situations? You understand? So if I'm dealing with a chick, right, and I want to smash, maybe I shouldn't go straight to her spot and she lives in the projects. Or maybe I shouldn't be fucking with girls who live in the projects in the first place, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that might happen. Because then we have a caller that called the other day talking about he went to see some chick and he got hit over the head with a gun
and robbed
and all that other shit.
Yep.
Some chick in the projects. You understand what I'm saying? And then the whole thing of setting you up for pregnancy wasn't I on the show and some dude was talking about sperm jacking and some shit.
Yeah.
Talking about how the chick's gonna jack your sperm again. What it is that we're not saying that these things don't happen. What we're saying is a lot of times these things happen because you create the situations or you get yourself in these situations for these things to happen. Because he's like, oh, you could have a false, what they say on YouTube, grape allegation, because they don't want to say the other word, right? Again, you have to discern who you're fucking with. One, let me give you guys a good tip, okay? A good tip right here to not have to deal with that shit a lot of times is when you're dealing with chicks, right? Have a conversation with them to figure out where their head is at. That's one. Two, see if this is the type of chick who has something to lose. You understand? A lot of times when you be fucking with chicks who ain't got nothing to lose and they just out here doing nothing and they on some bullshit, you understand? They're the type that's going to probably do something or say something that could fuck situations up because they have nothing to lose. You understand? Also, if you're dealing with a chick who's wishy-washy, a lot of y'all motherfuckers be always trying to get with chicks and who's not really feeling you, who's giving you the runaround, who's like being too weird when the situation arises for sex and you trying to push through the situation. That's the type of chick that's going to act like or feel like you took advantage of her or she felt funny later on and all. So there's ways to avoid a lot of this stuff. You understand? Because again, like, you know, I've dated a lot of chicks, hooked up with a lot of girls, right? And I remember there was probably like once or twice where some chick tried to like act like something happened, but it was really because she thought I was trying to flirt with her friend and she felt jealous. You understand what I'm saying? But that wasn't really anything. You understand? But generally speaking, like I've never been in situations where I'm dealing with chicks and I had to like worry about like someone trying to
me too.
Yeah, me too, me or rob me or do like, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of this stuff is just very, very like, you know, like, and again, it's just like, well, I got to talk about all these crazy things to scare you. You understand what I'm saying? So that you don't try to do any of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
These the type of niggas that Cardi B had in her crosshairs back in the day.
Exactly.
You understand? Niggas that's doing shit because of the bitch and not because of them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, look, there were a few clips back, and again, I'm gonna say this, but I'm not getting. I'm swear to God, I'm not trying to get at Abba directly or on no personal shit. But it came out of his mouth, so I have to address it. He said, "I just want to be touched."
Mm-hmm.
Like when I hear shit like that, you know what I think? I go back to the other part of the conversation when they were talking about voids.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because he said, this is what he said. He said he mentioned something about calling up a girl.
Right.
Because I feel like I want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all niggas. I call up a girl so I could smash or so I could fuck.
Right.
When you say shit like that and you talk about a void and you talk about the fact that you call up a girl because you want to be touched, I'm hearing you talk and I'm seeing a deeper issue there.
Mm-hmm.
Something that needed to be taken care of before you started fucking with bitches.
Right.
And this is why I said to y'all the other day, I said, if you don't love yourself, you can't even get on the Bad Boy membership.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, if you don't love yourself, game can't help you.
Right.
Because in order for game to actually work, you gotta be at some sustainable level, at some sustainable level of like self-love or confidence or just average mental health.
Right.
Where you don't feel like you're missing something out of your life. Cause let's be honest, bro. That's what a lot of guys do. I mean, that's why a lot of guys chase after women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's not all the time because they want sex. It's not all the time because they want to actually be with women.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time it's because they feel like there's something missing.
Right.
And they're trying to prove something to themselves to validate something about their existence that's not there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it's a very deep psychological thing to the point where these guys are talking about the fact that they had times in their life where they was getting chicks and it still felt bad or wrong to them.
Right.
So that's how you know the game ain't about the bitch.
Exactly.
The game ain't even about sex.
Mm-hmm.
The game ain't about none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The game is squarely on you. The game is about you.
Exactly.
So if you're not healthy, if you're not, where you need to be mentally, the game can't do nothing for you.
Right.
Because there's a certain level you gotta be, before you get there. Look, I told this before. I've been to therapy, and I had it was a therapist that my girl made me go to. We was having issues in the relationship and we went to therapy or whatever. But we would have individual sessions where it would just be me and the therapist. It was a lady.
Right.
And she did this thing where she lowered the lights, lit some candles, and did this hypnotic thing. And she asked me a line of questions, simple questions. And she said that how it works is that the questioning is so simple that what comes out is the truth. You understand? And she asked me a question about something and something. And then she said, "So who do you hate?" And almost automatically, bro, I didn't even like, how you think of something and you say it?
Right.
I didn't even think. She said the questions led to, "So who do you hate?" Just like that, I said, "Me." And when that shit happened, bro, I didn't start bawling, but tears started falling out my eyes while I was laying down in the hypnotic state. And then she, as I count to 10, you'll get back out. And it was a big realization for me, bro. And I realized that there was something missing where I didn't have a certain level of love. There was a point in my life, because I'm here yelling and acting all crazy and telling y'all, you gotta love yourself, bro. And if you don't love yourself, go get therapy. Where the fuck you think I get that type of shit from? You think I'm just talking about it because No, I actually went to a therapist and I found out that I didn't love myself.
Mm-hmm. That
happened. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big revelation to me because I was that type of nigga blaming other things on other people.
Right.
And coming up with excuses on why I overate or why I didn't do this or why I didn't finish college or and I had issues with a lot of things around me. But when she brought me through the line of dialogue and she said, so what is it you hate?
Mm-hmm.
I said, it just came out of my mouth, bro. And I said, me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when everything changed in my life.
Right.
I mean, I still had a good life because I knew you at the time. You understand what I'm saying? I had a girl in my life. Me and you was making money. Things were still good in my life. So it's not like I was like just, somewhere slumped over, not loving myself. Don't get me wrong. But there were still issues that I was dealing with deep down.
Right.
That I needed to uncover.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get it twisted. There are a lot of us dealing with that type of issue, bro. A lot of us.
Right.
And we don't know it.
Right.
And we really think that we're justified in blaming, well, it's women and it's sex and it's social media. And it's Kevin Samuels. He's the one. He's the one that's made because he told that one lady that she was below average and it just affected me in such a way. And so it's his fault.
Right.
As an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's COVID. No, I'm telling you.
Right.
All of that shit starts inside here. If you're not good in here, there's no way you can be good with the world. And when I realized that I had that much of an issue with who I was, that's when the world started. That's when my world started changing. Because when I realized when I realized how I like my perspective dictated my reality.
Right.
And then I started to, because what happened is once I uncovered that truth, I started to build from there. I started looking at myself differently. I started treating myself differently. And as I began the actions of having more care for who I am as a person, I started dressing better. I started doing things differently, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So then the world outside actually looked brighter, actually looked better. I actually had a certain level of hope that I didn't have before. You understand? And so when I was dealing with certain things, I was looking at my responsibility in my involvement with any of those things that I was doing.
Right.
So at the end of the day, there was nowhere for me to put blame. So if I had something that I found wrong with the situation, I knew for a fact that it was up to me to make the change.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why it was so important. So when I tell you guys, if you don't love yourself, go talk to somebody until you can figure out how to. I am so serious.
Right.
Because I did that. And you hear these guys talking. You hear them talking. They're talking about voids. They're talking about how they fucked so many women and did so much shit and they still weren't happy.
Right.
There's something wrong there, bro. For you to try to sit back and villainize sex or try to villainize women or try to villainize players who are genuinely enjoying themselves by going out and having sex with women and dates and all of this and all of that.
Right.
Just because you still have a void in you. That's disingenuous, bro. That's fucked up.
Facts.
Because the niggas go, well, how many guys who go out and have sex with 3 women a day are actually happy?
Right, exactly. Me too. You feel me?
I never made it up to 3. I've had 2, but yes.
Right.
And one of the main reasons why I'm actually happy is because I know the truth is inside me.
Right. And the thing is, my happiness has nothing to do with the chick. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what they don't get. That's what they don't get, man. Jesus Christ. But damn, but this is we about to round this off real quick, and then let me see. Damn, we got people still trying to call in. Okay, well, we'll take like 1 or 2 calls after we do this, and then we're gonna be out of here. All right, let's. This is one part near the end I want to get to.
Understand that when you're out there and you're being gluttonous, understand you heighten that every single time you roll that dice.
The same way, once you achieve a certain level of success, letting random people into your home or into your life period becomes a huge concern, huge risk of like, I don't want this person to know where I live because they might send somebody to rob me. I don't want this person to know where I live because who knows what they could have in for me. And then once you start looking at the world like that, once you've been wronged a few times, you can start to think like, how insane.
Hold on, let me stop this for a second. This nigga Fanimation said
animation.
The Get Along gang trying to protect the fresh and fit twins. Stop Locario Miles. Y'all are sounding and looking goofy. Not a good look. What the fuck, nigga? What are you talking about, bro? I gotta hit you with this again.
No.
Did we? When were we even talking about fresh and fit in this damn thing? What are you talking about? Why? Because we talking about Abra in this interview? Because we're actually talking about the game,
right?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, a lot of these dudes, again, they try to take light or take away the actual important things that we're talking about,
right?
To try to talk about something else and divert the attention when they see when they see heavy game is going on. That's all that is.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. Because I'm like, yo, Miles, you literally just told them about some personal shit in your life that happened to you that made you come to a realization that changed your fucking life. And this is the bullshit that niggas is writing in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's like, come on, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here with that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You feel me? Jesus Christ, man. But let's continue with this shit.
Is it for me to welcome somebody that I barely know into my home and do the most intimate thing possible with them and just assume that everything's going to be all right? And you don't have cameras in your room, presumably that would be illegal if you did, but like, you don't have surveillance that could prove that your side of the story is right. I mean, you don't want to allow anyone to have that much control over you. So you should be really careful with who you let have that kind of control.
That's on an extreme end. What do you think home represents for you?
Escape from all the other shit that I'm doing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. So your home, you can finally be yourself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it on even like a more basic level. You've had experiences where you brought a girl home, y'all slept together, and home isn't home right now because she's beside you.
Yeah.
How fast do you want to get her out of your place?
Hell yeah.
Right? Because you can't be in this space beside this person because you're like, I want to escape, but the place I normally escape to, you're fucking inside.
Yeah.
And so I tell people like your home is supposed to be peace, man. And you shed that when you bring these random people into your life. So for me, that's why I tell people like above everything, it's like I just value the peace of my life.
All right, we can stop right. I just wanted that part to rock before.
but you see what I'm talking about though? They literally just said that when a girl is around, they can't be themselves.
Exactly. And he's like, I don't feel at home when she's there because she's in my space, and I'm like, bruh, just tell her to get the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Like what's so hard about that?
Look, when I'm with a chick, I'm exactly who I like. What? Like I just told y'all the other day, I was on a date with a chick, and the chick was talking about, I don't like smokers, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. I don't like smokers, and I want to get married someday.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, listen, I smoke weed, I smoke cigars, and I don't want to get married.
Right.
That's not something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making out with the bitch by the end of the night.
Right.
So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, how do you feel? Like, okay, a chick is at your house, and now you're saying you don't feel at home because this chick is there because you want to tell her to bounce. Like, it's your house. Your house should feel like your home, no matter who the fuck is in there that you invite. This is your place. This is your kingdom. So why do I feel weird because you're there? If I don't want you there, you can get the fuck out at any time. I can tell you to leave at any time. Listen, I remember, I think, who was it? I think, was it Eddie Fuse that said this once? He said that this chick came over the crib and he just sent her home like soon as she got there. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was like, I'm not feeling you. You understand? It's like, yo, go home. You understand what I'm saying? Go home, Roger. You understand? Like, fuck out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is what I'm saying. Where it's just this thing where it's like it sounds very weird just to me, like to say, oh well, this woman's here, so I feel not at home, and then I also feel awkward telling her to go. Like, no, like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me.
And that's what it is. That awkward feeling has nothing to do with that girl.
Exactly.
That awkward feeling has nothing to do with the fact that you don't think your house is a home at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you don't feel comfortable in your own house has something to do with some deep-seated issue in your mind and in your heart.
Right.
I'm so serious, bro. How the fuck you in your house and you don't feel at home?
Right.
Because a bitch is there?
Mm-hmm.
So so that's what I'm saying. Like, so many of these dudes are living like they're living fake lives, bro. They're living double lives. Whenever they're in front of a female, they have to transform to someone else. And then when they go back home and they're alone, then they get to be exactly who they want to be. What type of life is that?
Right, exactly.
Where's the honesty?
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what we talk about, guys. Mm-hmm. Exactly what we talk about. The truth is inside you, and we tell you guys all the time, don't lie to these bitches. For what?
Right.
You don't deserve me lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't deserve that.
Right.
You barely deserve me telling you the truth, but you definitely don't deserve me lying to you.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
You see what I'm like, bruh? Yo, what type of life are these niggas out here living, bro?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's sad. It's sad. But let's take a call or two real quick, and then we're gonna head up out of here, man. We already done like 2 hours, so let's get 951. You've been on the line on hold for a minute. 951 was popping. Who this?
What's going on, Mr. Locario?
What up?
93.
What up? What's popping, bro? What's good? What's good?
Yeah, I donated.
Appreciate it, bro. So what's good? What's going on?
Hey, answer me though. My question is, when is the right time to process a payment to a chick when you're about to hook up? Like, tell me.
Nigga, you calling?
No,
you waited that long to troll? Come on, bro. What are you talking about?
that's my current situation right now.
You said process a payment to meet her. What do you mean her for?
To hook up.
To hook up? How much is it?
She's asking $300 1 hour.
Well, how much did you donate to us?
How much did I donate?
Yeah, to us.
I'm on the Bad Boy membership.
You on the Bad Boy membership, nigga?
Yeah, so how much did you donate to the show just now when you called?
Well, I donated $1 because, like, I don't know, you guys were gonna cut off the show early.
Oh, so you giving us $1 and you giving that stank hole 300?
No, I've been giving you guys money. I've been donating, not just $1 all the time.
So what made you resort to getting a whore?
You guys are helping me.
Sorry.
Say it again.
I said, what made you resort to getting a a whore?
Well, like I'm on a Facebook, and she was just mentioning something about hey, I will write my name for a picture. I'll send you pictures, like like a story, how bitches make stories.
Mm-hmm.
She sounded like an OnlyFans model.
Well, yeah, kind of like that, but it wasn't on OnlyFans. It was through the Facebook.
Well, listen, somebody else called in and they told us about how they put in a deposit and then the girl just never showed up. I don't think you should do anything until she's standing in front of you. So, more than likely she's going to take Cash App. So when she actually shows up, you could Cash App her half the money. And then when y'all smash, Cash App her the other half. I mean, just to be safe, just to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Make sure she actually shows up.
Wait, how long you been on the Bad Boy membership?
I've been on the Bad Boy membership for a few weeks now.
All right, so you knew. So, bruh, listen, keep your money in your pocket.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like what is it? What's it? August, September, October, November. You got 3 months worth of money that you could be putting into the Bad Boy membership instead of giving it to this whore.
It does work though, because there's some things that you mentioned on the Bad Boy membership that you don't really mention on YouTube that I was using, and that shit does work. And I didn't pay this girl any money, this other chick.
All right, so that's what I'm saying.
So you've been smashing without paying?
Without paying, because she was just.
So why are you paying now, bro? Bro, why are you paying now then?
That's what I'm saying. Like, not every situation is going to be the same. It's like different avenues. Like, hey, I can make it.
Try to stick to. No. What avenue do you want to be in? Do you want to be in the avenue where you pay, or do you want to be in the avenue where you holla at a bitch and get what you want for free?
I like that free shit.
Exactly.
So why are you paying then, bro? If you look, when you are playing the game, it's gonna be nice when it's not gonna work out and you're not gonna get to smash nothing. You gotta eat those. You gotta live with it. Don't take the easy way out or resort to the nonsense and pay when you don't have to.
Okay.
You gotta be a little bit stronger than that, bro. If it's one night that shit ain't really work out in your favor, just eat that, bro. Mm-hmm. Call it a day. Take your ass to sleep, or work, or go work on your purpose, as they say, or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't want you fucking hitting up the PayPal trying to cancel your Bad Boy membership because you out here paying for these stink hoes, bro.
Right.
That would be insulting to us.
That's gonna be insulting to your ass.
He just said that he learned shit off the Bad Boy membership that got him pussy for free.
Right.
So what are you doing, bro?
You backtracking, brother. You got
you hustling backwards, bro.
I'm just trying to avoid making a mistake if I were to trick. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't trick. But
no, hold on. All right, if you were to trick, which you shouldn't, since you're already on the Bad Boy membership, like I said, sometimes these chicks take your money and don't show up. So if say you take Cash App, you're like, all right, when you show up, I'll give you a deposit. I'll give you the deposit. When we smash, as soon as we finish smashing, I'll grab my phone and give you the rest.
And remember, prostitution is illegal, so be careful.
Yeah, so be careful. Don't say nothing about where you live on the call. We don't want no problems.
Right. So just think about that. Remember, prostitution is illegal. Escorting is not illegal. So you can get an escort to cost you a little bit more, but you technically, wink wink, you understand what I'm saying? Ain't doing anything illegal unless you're in Nevada. Where you live at?
No, don't say where you live at, bro. Don't say where you live at. Don't.
Matter of fact, you live in Nevada, nigga. That's what we go.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Allegedly, he lives in Nevada, so he's all good.
Right. Exactly. So that's right. So don't tell us where you live. You live in Nevada for this call. God damn it.
You know what I'm saying? But caller, seriously though, bro. Don't be paying for these hoes and try to cancel your Bad Boy membership, man. That's disrespectful. You hear me?
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to yourself.
Make sure you have money for both at least.
Right. It's disrespectful to yourself because you know for a fact you can get pussy without paying.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. Where it don't make sense for you because look, even if let's say you cancel the Bad Boy membership and you're not on it, I would suggest you still don't pay for no pussy. Even you know what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is that that's only going to weaken your game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to weaken your game.
Right.
Just understand that. That's what we want you guys. That's what we want you to understand. But bro, just keep using the game that got you the pussy for free in the first place, and you'll be good. All right.
Be good. Yeah. And remember, those nights where you don't where you might not get no pussy, those are the nights that make you stronger.
Facts. Facts. All right, my brother.
Right.
I'ma holler at you. Oh, my bad. I think I cut him off.
Nah, that's fine.
But let's go to 726 and then 973. Then we're gonna get up out of here. 726, what's popping? Who this?
Hey guys, how much is to get some dick?
Yeah, there you go.
This nigga.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Well, I hope he donated.
Right, exactly. Let's go to 973. 973 was popping. Who this?
Hi, Cool Stew here. So,
Oh shit, Cool
they do. Yeah, they do might have a point. If a guy's out to bang as many chicks as possible, he's taking more risks though. Because
risk like how? Which risk? What's the risk?
Say there's a chick that needs money, right? And she lets him smash, and then she tries to extort money from him.
How?
That it's probably not that hard to do.
How's she gonna extort money?
Accusations.
How's she gonna extort money?
Like false accusations.
But that's what I'm saying. How is she going to extort the money by doing false accusations? Like so a guy goes over, he smashes, right? So how's she gonna get money out of him?
Right. Okay, she's like, okay, I want $200 or I'm gonna make an accusation.
Okay, so how's he gonna find that out? Is she gonna text that to him?
No, as soon as they get done. As soon as they get done, she could be like, I want $200 or I'm gonna make an accusation.
And why would
have like set up? She might have guys waiting to rob him.
And why would you be fucking with a chick who needs $200 that bad? I'm just saying.
You might not know that. You might not know that at the time.
Mm. So hold on.
She might know what she's doing.
Hold on. So if you fucking with a woman who works at a law firm, a woman who's a nurse, a woman who has a very important job, do you think that she's the type of chick that's going to do that?
Well, I'm saying you won't be able to verify that if you're just out to smash as many chicks as possible.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What's the likelihood of a chick who's on point, who got shit going for herself, to do that type of shit?
It's less, and that's the point I'm making. So if you're only messing with chicks that are top notch chicks, that's a better way to go. So that's the point I'm making. So
So then that's what you do. Mess with chicks who are on point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then
that's basically the point I'm making.
Okay, so then what's the issue?
Well, good point, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like if guys just focus on smashing as many chicks as possible, it's inevitable. Just due to the numbers, he'll run into some chicks that are up to no good. She might have two guys that are waiting to beat him up and rob him. You know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Really? Okay. So I mean, how is that going to happen if the guy basically tells her to meet him at a 5-star hotel or some shit? Where's the guy's going to beat him up at?
After he leaves, they can follow him. I mean, you know,
he's not leaving. He tells her to leave after she's done. Where are they going to follow him at?
I'm just saying.
Why would they have incentive to beat him up? Why would they need to beat him up? What is that going to do for the guys beating him up? What do they get out of it?
They get his credit card, his money, his wallet.
But how are they going to do it? They're going to do it in the lobby at a hotel?
No, say he goes to the random girl's house.
No, that's what I said. He's bringing her to the hotel. He's bringing her to the hotel. How are they going to do it in the hotel?
Okay, maybe they can't do it in a hotel, but I'm saying if you're out to smash as many chicks as possible, right? So I mean, if you're gonna take these careful measures that we're talking about, you have to smash fewer chicks.
No, you don't.
So
you don't. You smash as many chicks as you want, and you have your system of how you smash them. right? Because if
Okay,
let's say he tells a girl to come to his house, right? Why would he let her in if she has a bunch of dudes coming through?
Now that could be dangerous in itself because now she knows where he lives.
Okay, and what's gonna happen now?
Okay, she knows where he lives. She's seen the inside of his house. So now she can report back to her buddies. They come and break him and rob him.
Okay, so then why not just not have sex? Why not just not have sex with any women then? Because if by what you're saying that could happen to any woman.
No. The point I'm making is instead of smashing as many chicks as possible, just mess with a few high quality chicks.
I know, but if by your logic that could happen with any woman, who's to know which woman that's gonna happen with? Just don't have sex with any girls,
but
right?
It's more. But the more chicks you smash, the more likely it is, though. I'm saying.
No, it's not. Because what I'm saying is that either you're gonna smash chicks or you're not gonna smash chicks. Because any chick you smash, that's like saying the more women you smash, the more likely you're gonna get a girl pregnant. That's not true. You understand what I'm saying? It's basically, if that's the logic, you can get any chick pregnant if that's the case. So either just don't have sex with women or have sex with women and then get them pregnant at some point, right? Because we don't know which one it's going to be.
I'm saying balance. So it's like there's a balance between not smashing chicks at all or only smashing one versus smashing as many as possible.
Okay, can you get one girl pregnant by smashing her? If you smash one girl, can you get her pregnant?
Yes.
Okay, so why would you smash women in the first place? Shouldn't we just not have sex with women at all?
No, that'd be going to the extreme. So I'm saying,
isn't it extreme? Hold on, but isn't it extreme to think that you fucking with girls is going to lead you to getting robbed and killed and all this other shit?
No, I'm saying, if you go to the extreme of as many chicks as possible, the odds go up of running into a chick that's up to no good.
Why?
Right?
How you figure?
If a few high quality chicks is the balance.
Okay, so why don't you? Okay, so why don't you just mess with a bunch of high quality women?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making.
No, but you were saying only fuck with a few. I said, why don't you fuck with a bunch of high quality women?
Okay, a bunch of high quality women, but the more chicks you smash, the quality of the women has to go down.
Why?
It's mathematics.
Why?
Because there aren't that many high quality chicks.
Really? So wait, there's what 3.5 billion women on the planet, and how many chicks could the average man even smash in his life? You're trying to tell me that out of 3.5 billion women, he can't find more than what 50 or 35 high quality women out of 3.5 billion?
Well, it's going to take time away from other stuff he wants to do, right? The more time he's going to have to spend more time.
Oh, Miles, you on mute, Miles.
I'm just saying we just had a whole 2-hour show just, kind of disputing that whole thing, but
Go still. I'm fucking with you, bro. I'm fucking with you. But listen, we got to head up out of here in a second. We got this one last call and then we're going to head out. But appreciate the call, my brother. All right, 830, you're the last call. We out of here. 830, what's popping? Who this? 830. Going once. Going twice.
Yeah, you damn nigga.
All right.
We already got sound effects for that.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. We don't need that. We already got this shit. You feel what I'm saying? We already got our shit right here. All right. So listen, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Man, this was a really good show, man. It was a really good show. I think
so. Yeah.
I feel like we broke down a lot of, barriers and things that you guys can ponder on. You feel what I'm saying?
And shout out and respect to Abba and Preach and
Adam
and the No Jumper guy, Adam 22. That's his name.
Right.
Okay. yeah. Shout out to them. You know, respect to both of their respective platforms and all that stuff. None of this was said out of disrespect for them, but just to clarify some things on the game, I just want to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you know you still gonna have them knuckleheads coming in talking about yo, you know. So it wasn't no type of personal attacks. I mean, although I didn't like Abba's shirt, but you know that's a whole different story. But seriously, respecting, you know, shout out and respect to them for having the conversation, you know, to give us a little bit of food for thought, so we could actually shed more light on the game. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate that.
Facts. So guys, remember, go to badboymembership.com.
Yeah.
The Bad Boy membership, and you can get all of the programs that are on there now. There's over 90 something programs on there. Also, make sure you guys get up on there so you get the Game Kings for free. If you want to watch the Game Kings for free, you go to badboymembership.com. Also, make sure you guys, y'all motherfuckers in the chat, it's hilarious. Make sure you guys go to mr.locario.com. Get the book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. You feel what I'm saying? So,
he's doing
make sure you get that shit. And remember, guys, okay, just like remember, okay, like don't have sex too much because it's gonna fuck your soul up, man. You understand? We don't want your souls fucked up out here. You feel me? But honestly, man, you guys do what you do. Be safe, be responsible, and love yourself, because when you love yourself, all of this other shit is not gonna be on some bullshit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Well, if you're good with yourself, you're good with the world. So
exactly, that's what it is. Facts. So guys, we are out of here, and we will see you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all